Does that mean it started or what?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell's going on?
Poor Eris getting gangbanged by Rip and Rick.
I can't believe that shit was on stream.
This song is sick.
Is this a beach song?
I don't know. I didn't think about it until now, but I guess it is. Hold on, I gotta turn it off.
Is
Oh,
it still going on?
it's still going on. I like it so much.
When does the talking part come in?
This is Vietnamese music.
Hey, there's a SRK EVO 1 on stream in the chat.
Ooh.
Isn't it a wizard's birthday today, too?
No way, really?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Huh.
Evil Age says Rip and Rick's mic too low, by the way. Maybe just.
I'll lower mine. Because
Oh,
you guys are
Mario.
already max. Oh, hold on. Boom! Hey, what's up, Internet? How's everybody doing? It's been a couple weeks. Damn, that echo is ridiculous. I think that's,
Damn, that echo's ridiculous.
shut up. I think that's, Hangouts. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm doing fantastic. I'm joined, by Paul. What's up, Rip?
What's up, guys?
And, Rickstah. How's it going, playa?
Doing alright.
All right. So yeah, man, EVO, we got to talk about it. That's the big deal. That's what went on. There's a lot of aspects. There's the whole Killer Instinct stuff. There's Injustice. There's, Tekken Tag 2. A Bronson's performance, just the general feel, vibe, the hotel. I mean, there's so many things to talk about. So, man, that echo is absurd. Internet, can you guys hear that
Their
echo?
volumes are low, too.
Okay, before we move on, I'm going to fix all this stuff.
Time to restart.
No, I don't need to restart. How do I change their volumes?
Turn up your system volume.
Oh, good
In
idea.
in the program.
In what program?
No, actually, yeah. You can do it wherever.
What do you mean wherever? Sounds? Hold on, just tell me. You're not telling me.
God, Rick, you're such a dork, dude.
What did he do?
He's such a dork. He's so dumb.
I don't understand what's going on here. But anyway, how do I do it?
Oh god.
Just turn up the volume, dude. Either in OBS or turn it up in Windows.
How's it sound now, Internet?
How does it sound now, Internet?
How's it sound now? Ass babies.
Hold on a minute here.
Yeah, only subs get to hear me and Rick.
Yeah, that's right. Set up microphone.
I'm sure that's gonna make his subs go up.
Yeah.
Everyone's unsubscribing.
Fuck this. Oh, volume control option. I found it. Boom. Easy to do.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, now how do you operate this?
How do you operate this?
Shut up, dude. Are you 5?
What are you, 5?
No wonder he's
Air's
so
too
good at
loud,
copying.
Rick's too low, mute Rickstah.
Rip too low, mute Rickstah. Gotcha. Oh, wow. Rickstah banned him. That was quick. That was lightning fast, Ricky.
I didn't ban him.
My hands
Whatever.
are up here, Rick.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, EVO, tell me, what did you guys think of the venue, first of all? Step down or step up from the last year's venue?
Step up.
Step up
Really?
for sure.
Wow. In what way? In what way?
I like the size. I didn't feel like I was crammed in. I didn't feel like
Okay.
there was way too many people in the venue. So, I mean, the last couple of Evos, I've had that feeling where I didn't even want to be down at the venue floor. Like, there were just so many people there. But this year, having 2 separate rooms with the second room being practically empty, and, the first room being a lot wider, I feel like, than any Evo has been previously, I felt that helped a lot.
Ricky?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. So, like, the room was a lot bigger, so it was a lot nicer to just walk around, Like, you can actually walk around and not have body heat all over you.
Yeah, man. And they did a great job with the ventilation. It was freezing cold in the Evo rooms, which is great. Other Evos, it's been disgusting in there, so that's really cool. I was really happy with the venue itself, but the actual hotel, I mean, obviously was kind of a downgrade from Caesars in terms of not being, the non-gaming aspect of it. But I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. It was really convenient. The rooms were right next to the venue, which was sick. 2 rooms. What did you guys think of that as opposed to 1? Do you feel like they're spreading the cream cheese too thin on the bagel? I'm really hungry. I haven't had dinner. I'm starving. Anyway, what's
I
up?
don't want to interrupt this, but they're really complaining about the volume.
Oh, really? No, go ahead and interrupt. What's the problem, though? Rip is
They're
too
saying Rip is
quiet.
too low.
Okay.
Not me, though.
Wait, chat, tell us, is Rickstah also low, or is it just me?
Yeah, you guys do a duet right now. Like, do like a harmony. It's
Alright,
so
Rick.
hard. Come on.
To say
Goodbye to yesterday. Come on. You can't hit the high E? Rip and Rickstah are low. Is that...
Yeah. It's probably both of us, because when you stream, your mic volume's at a certain level, and then the computer volume is at a certain level.
I don't know any of that.
The
Yeah,
computer
they
volume
are
needs to be
low.
louder and your mic needs to be lower.
Computer volume is louder. I'm just going to lower my mic on OBS. That should be easier,
Lower
right?
your mic on OBS.
Internet, how is this?
And
Internet,
then make both of them turn their shit up.
how's the sound now? Volume, Rickstah, say 3 things.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, stop saying
Boom,
things.
boom, boom, boom.
Both of you, please shut up. How's that?
Tell
Better?
me what you gonna do?
Ooh, are we taking requests? Do you do karaoke?
Hell yeah.
You do, Rip?
Once in a while.
Man, that
Dude,
seems
so
tough.
You should have been in our car ride to EVO, man.
Wow, that sounds like a bunch of never minds. Yeah. Eris is still a bit high.
we went to a bit. Yes, you are. We
It's
went to
from a couple hours ago.
when we were leaving EVO, we went to a steak place or something, and they had like a karaoke room right next to it, and so people were just like singing their ass off, and they sucked, and it was hilarious.
Hey,
We
how
should do that.
I didn't listen to any of that. I was looking in the internet. How, Rip, say stuff.
All right, I boosted my mic volume even higher.
How does
Hopefully
that
this
sound?
fixes it. Does
Internet.
that sound better, guys?
Yes, compared to my voice. And then Rickstah, you say some stuff.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool. How's
Yes,
that?
yes, yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
get some feedback here.
All
Can
right.
hear him
Yeah,
now.
you can
Okay.
hear me now. All right. there we go.
Beautiful,
Hopefully that's
beautiful.
better, guys.
Okay, moving on. What the hell were we fucking talking about?
EVO?
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so EVO, the venue was cool, the hotel was cool, but not quite as cool as Caesars in terms of horizontal refreshments and whatnot. But it was still really cool. As far as the venue and the way everything ran, I felt like it didn't feel like it was ran by the community. It was like they really perfected this whole thing with all the badges and the timing of everything. They had people actually checking for badges and not letting people in, which is kind of new for EVO, so that was sick. And I think it really legitimizes the event in general, especially compared to the past, because I remember in the past people have bought badges and then his buddy didn't buy a badge and they both fucking went right in, so I don't know. I mean, I just think this time around it's a nice frosting on the cake. Like I said, I'm starving. Man, this echo is so shitty. Anyway. What'd you do?
Well, hopefully I sound better now, too.
Yeah, you sound fantastic. Internet,
All right,
can you
well.
guys hear all that echoing while these guys comment on what I just said?
This is
Let me know.
the best technical podcasting ever.
Yeah, I am a
Restart.
professional. Why? Why do we have to restart?
They
Fuck
keep
that.
on saying that you're way too loud and that we're way low. I mean, unless the whole chat is trolling us.
No, they're not.
What-
They're not
Yeah,
that
I mean-
smart.
No echo, not really.
Well,
We
they
don't
don't
hear
hear
the echo.
echo.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay, Rip and Rick is still too low.
Rip and Rick are still too low. Okay, I'll lower myself further.
Rip sounds like he's whispering 3 rooms away.
Okay, let's try this.
Captain CM is definitely trolling.
Yeah, he's one of those. Oh man, he is the first one. He's the one, like that Jet Li movie.
The
You know-
one.
Yeah,
The one.
Yeah, got
that's
it.
not the one I was talking about.
Wait, Eris, so in your headset, through
Yeah.
Windows volume, you have us as loud as you can be.
I don't know what Windows volume is. What is it? Tell me where to go. I'll do it. I got this speaker
No,
right here
it's
on the bottom.
speaker thing on the bottom right of your screen, dude.
Okay, yeah. What do I do with that? Click it once.
Is that like all the way up?
Yes.
It's all the way up.
Yes.
All right, and then in OBS, you have a mic volume thing and there's a speaker volume thing.
Yeah.
The
Speaker one's
volume all the way up.
all the way up.
I don't know.
Whatever. Who cares? Anyway. I don't know if I should who cares this. Did it work or not?
I have no idea, man. I mean, I'm looking at my volume and things seem to be working.
You guys don't sound too loud, like too weird to me. I don't know.
I'll
Whatever.
put my mic in my mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh, ew.
That felt
Is
gross.
that better?
That felt a little
Exactly.
gross. I didn't like that at all.
Just keep going.
It was
What
like
the
you're.
hell? Dude, you know what it is, dude?
What?
It is me. My computer's bugging out. I can watch my volume dropping steadily. God, that's dumb.
So what do you gotta hold it? You gotta hold it up. Anyway, who gives a
know.
fuck? Well, let's
Fuck.
just proceed, okay?
Go on.
Just put the mic down your throat when you need to say something.
Yeah, just do that.
I'll do it. Fantastic.
Gross.
What were we talking
What the
about?
hell were we talking about?
Fucking Skype and Windows and
Dude, we're
bullshit.
talking
I'm gonna
about
try Skype out
EVO.
next time. Anyway, yeah, EVO. The venue was cool. I liked it. Did you guys get a chance to look at Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
The last day I got to play it. It was pretty fun, actually. I enjoyed it.
What does it feel like? I didn't get a chance to play it.
That's hard to say. I mean, it feels like a weird Street Fighter 4, but with easy mode combos.
Oh, the combos are all pretty easy, huh?
Yeah, once you get the hang of the system, like how it works, and it's fairly easy.
You know, I was really amped up, and I was excited to see Glacius because he's my favorite character from the old one, and I was really like shocked at the direction they took Glacius. What
Yeah,
His
me
art
too.
direction, you mean? Or his playstyle?
art direction? Who gives a shit about his playstyle? His art direction. I mean, he looks like some random bad guy from the Duke's archives in Dark Souls now. It's like, who gives it? Icicles, and his combos are just like icicle, 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 upwards, icicle, icicle. It's like, come on, player, turn into
Dude,
a
he's an
fucking.
ice- They
Unbelievable.
made him an ice dude now, I guess. I mean, I don't remember him being an ice dude either. I remember
He
him
was
being
an
like
ice dude,
snow
but he was an snow dude. Are you
Yeah, he was
talking
more
about
snowy
Clay
ice.
Fighters, the snowman?
No, I'm talking about it was Killer Instinct.
His name is Glacius,
Yes, sir.
like a glacier.
Whatever.
Ooh, that was a feminine. Oh, glaciers. Anyway, so I thought he was really cool before. He had those big chest, pectorials, and like he would turn into a puddle and shit. He still does that, but I don't know. His direction they took him in was kind of funky, in my opinion. And then they teased that what's his name, Tony Hawk or whatever the character is.
What?
The
Oh yeah, T-Hawk. Yeah, I got it.
yeah, there you go. So
Chief
that's
Thunder, damn
Chief
it.
Thunder. That's it. Chief Thunder. Tony Hawk. Anyway, Rip, what do you think of the game? Did you get to play it?
Yeah, I gotta play it. It's interesting. You know, the combo mechanics are important, and I guess that's what kind of separates the game. Like, for example, like Glacius has like a full screen normal almost, right? And he can link that straight into a combo. Not even a link. He just combos it directly. So he's got a full screen combo starter almost. So like that would seem retarded in other games, but in this game, because there's the combo break system, it's not.
I don't even know how the combo break system works. It's basically what I kind of heard is that you have to guess what type of combo they're gonna do, and then use according to what they do, use the appropriate break. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
What-
like it's either gonna be lights, mediums, or heavies.
And you just guess. So it's a three-way guess, kind of like the Marvel. What was that
Supposedly
noise?
you can see it though.
Oh, you can visually see what kind of combo they did and then break it? So is it So how are you supposed to do a combo against a good player?
Might be very hard.
So you can't.
Well, supposedly there's like other systems in there to make it harder to break combos.
What are they, top secret?
I don't know.
So you don't know those things about the game. Okay. Fair enough. Interesting. I'm not too familiar. I was like I said, I was just a little disappointed in the raptor weird looking monster Glacius. He used to look like a cool, like he was chiseled by Michelangelo, you know?
Right?
He was buff in the
Yeah.
original Killer
Hella
Instinct, and
buff.
now
Super buff.
Now he came all scrawny and.
He looks like a fucking bitch now, dude. He looks like one of those velociraptors where he's like, it just looks like an idiot. I was really
Rickstah said he
displeased.
looks like me made out of ice.
Yeah.
That's pretty true.
He looks like Rip made out of ice. Jesus. That's pretty funny, actually, now that I think about it. Ice statue of Rip, no muscles at all.
Yep.
Good shit. Good shit. All right, so that's Killer Instinct. Interesting. Oh, one more thing about Killer Instinct, which I do not condone, but I was shocked about, was when Filthy Rich and Markman were on stage and the crowd booed Microsoft. What do you guys have to say about that?
I think it's. I mean, I didn't expect it to happen, but once it happened, I was like, well, that's not unexpected. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I was still surprised though, because it's a room
Very,
full of people
very.
that like Filthy Rich and like Markman. So I didn't expect for them to be like, we like these two guys talking, but fuck them. We hate the Microsoft overlord, and we're gonna boo these guys even though we like them. That was kind of shocking to me, but it is a testament as to how bad they fucked up that whole Xbox shit. And I didn't even really follow it. All I know is that you couldn't go buy a fucking pack of cigarettes without the clerk telling you, oh, they really fucked up Xbox. You know, it's like, man, it's nonstop. So
Was that an Indian accent from you?
I'm not sure what it was. I mean, I'm not even sure what the guy is, you know? He's just some dude. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that was shocking. I didn't expect for that crowd to do it. I thought the average crowd would do it, but this crowd, it was kind of surprising.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when MLG was teamed at EVO. And,
Yes,
it was-
yes,
oh, yeah.
yes. That was a classic. Oh, that was one of my favorite Evo moments of all time. Okay,
But I'm
internet.
saying those, see, like that moment and this moment, I feel like both screwed the FGC long term. Go on.
Really?
Go on.
Both screwed the FGC long
Tell them about
term.
the old one. Tell them about the old one, because my memory always is shady.
Okay, internet. For those of you who are not long-term Evo fans, so I've been going to Evo all these years, and one of the years, long time ago, I don't even remember which one. Do you, Ricky? 2004 or 5?
2005.
Okay, 2005 Evolution. They teamed up with what are they called? MLG, right? And this is back before MLG was all about Dr. Pepper and fucking Slim Jims and Jack Links and deodorant and shit. You know, so back then, they were all about Halo and the FPS and all that, and it wasn't too big of a thing. So they were kind of in the middle of the Evo room, while all the fighting games were on the outskirts of the Evo room. So what happened was, in the middle of everything, all the hype and all the excitement and stuff, one of the Cannon brothers got on the mic and said, like, oh, the Halo tournament has concluded, and we'd like to congratulate Team whatever, Lone Star State. And, you know, congratulations to them for winning EVO, right? And this is the moment where the rest of the fighting game community is going to embrace Halo into our tournament and say, yeah, good job. And everyone fucking booed them like it was the most, like, harmonious thing, like they planned it out. Everyone in the room, it was as though they were like, hey, when they say that, let's all boo. Because they did it all at the same time. And it was so unbelievable. It was like one of the most memorable moments. And so they all got booed. And of course, there was like a laugh afterwards. Like there was like the boo kind of lulled. And then there was a like harmonious like, ha ha, yeah, fuck them. And then right after that, whichever one of the Cannon brothers it was, I forgot which one. But he came back on the mic and he was telling everyone what a shithead they are. And you guys really need to respect these guys. They're just like you. They're playing a game they love, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, the fighting game community was like, all, you know, with their tail between their legs. And we all clapped and said, yeah, good shit. Anyway, that's what he's referencing when he's talking about that old MLG situation. Now that that story's been told, how do you feel like this will fuck us over in the future? Are you saying that you think when it's time for Killer Instinct to make it to EVO, do you think Microsoft will not provide perhaps what the tournament needs? Repal? Uh-oh, what'd you do to your mic?
Oh god, your mic is all effed up.
Sound good?
No, it sounds terrible. We can't even hear you. Now you sound like you're whispering.
You
through the
sounded
microphone.
fine before. What'd you do? You totally fucked it up.
Oh, wait. How's
There
that?
you go. Yeah,
Little
there.
better,
All
D-bag.
right.
Okay, anyway.
Oh, wait. How's this? This is even better, I bet. Is that better?
It sounds cool.
How
Sounds
about
the
now?
same.
How about now? Does that sound better?
There.
Sounds
Wait,
cool
sounds-
as well.
All right. So here's what it is. I mean, I felt like the partnership of EVO and MLG back then was gonna be like a good thing because together we can rise with esports, whatever. And then instead, like we're like, boo, and then like, all right, you guys go back to your own thing. We're gonna get esports.
Uh-huh.
And so that was like whatever. Now it's like all you see on Twitter is like FC like, oh, we don't get enough money, wah 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 wah. And now it's like, here's Microsoft Studios, one of like the largest cash bags in the industry. We have a game that we want to show you guys. Boo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. That I mean, I agree. I'm not planning on purchasing an Xbox, and I don't know how seriously I'll take Killer Instinct, though I do want to try it. But that was a bad idea. I mean, that one. See, the Halo thing was not like someone was presenting something to us and we were all like, fuck you, get that out of here. This was actually like them presenting something. So that was a little bit overboard. The Halo thing, the kid in me really wants to condone it just because it's so funny. Like, we're playing Street Fighter and you're over there shooting laser cannons at Zerglings and shit. Come on, playa. Protoss Zerg tanks all day. So, I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. And this one, I felt kind of bad. Like, it was like, man, what the fuck, The crowd is supposed to have Rich and Markman's back, But whatever, shit happens. This is America, and the crowd could do whatever they want,
The thing that made it feel extra bad was just Markman just going, whoa, yo, yo.
Yeah, I know. He was like, oh, I didn't see that shit coming. Give me a minute.
If he hadn't done that, I felt like it would have been like much clearer. Like, oh god, okay, the crowd's stupid, whatever. Play the video, But he's
Yeah.
like, yo, pay attention. You guys are booing right now.
Yeah, I don't think you realize what noise is coming out of your mouth, crowd. Those are boos. Cut that shit out. Yeah, I mean,
They weren't booing, dude. They were oohing.
They were not booing. They were oohing. Ooh. The whole internet's gonna start doing that, dude. Anyway, here we go. So what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about Injust Ass first. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. Rip. Oh, you didn't do too well. What the fuck happened, man? Everyone was looking at you. You wear capes and shit on stream. What happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I had a rough day. My pool was terrible, and I knew I wasn't gonna get out of the pool anyway, so whatever.
Oh man, it sounds like you had a negative attitude.
Honestly, you know what I should have done? I should have done what EVO allowed every other scrub to do this year. I should have just complained about my pool before the tournament started and got moved to an easier pool.
I don't know if that's what EVO allowed, but I don't condone it.
Ricky?
Everyone got moved out of my pool in Tekken, and I somehow got knee in there. That was tight.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Was there? I mean, okay, that's pretty. That's anecdotal evidence. Okay.
Look, my pool had me, Alex Valle, Crazy Bone, and Nubcakes. 3 of us have already placed top tier wins in our fights, and we're all from SoCal. All 4 of those guys. Like, what the hell? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. How can those guys in the same pool?
Yeah, but dude, it's a tournament in Nevada where every single person from SoCal is gonna go.
Why even take our zip codes down then if you're gonna put us all in the same pool?
No, but what I'm saying is maybe they put 3 or 4 other people with those similar zip codes in every pool.
There were other pools with like no one from SoCal. You know what I'm saying?
My pool, I don't think there was a single SoCal person in my pool. That was
look at that. Boom.
I mean, I don't know. If that's the case, that's a bummer. That I know that Tekken Tim wasn't in my pool in Tekken, and he got dropped in there, plopped in there. And SP Man was in my pool. Who else was in my in Tekken? I don't know. I don't remember. But I mean, that sucks. I hope that's not the case. What happened with you, Ricky, in Just Ass?
I made it to winners finals in my pool, and I played a really good Harley Quinn player, and I've never really played a good Harley Quinn, so he owned me up pretty bad. And then in losers, I played the guy that I beat in winners. He played Cyborg in winners, but in losers, he picked Shazam, which was the best thing he could have done because I didn't know Shazam at all either, so he fucked me up with that. So I just got, it was just an experience with the game and matchups. I don't really, it's all my bad, So the tournament itself was fun. It's just, I just didn't know matchups.
Yeah, now that you mention it, the tournament, as far as being ran correctly and well, was just impressive. Fucking super impressive. I mean, all the tournament operator guys with the brackets and stuff, they were all doing a great job. And the guys who were doing the stream and grabbing the good matches and doing the commentary, way better than before. Way better than years in the past. I mean, they're ironing that shit out, so that's really cool. Yeah, the pools were pretty interesting. I felt like really not confident going into the tournament, but when I played this Scorpion player in pools and he was about to, like, he was just doing all this stuff that I didn't really care to look at. Just like you, Ricky. I basically walked into this tournament with, like, I know what I know. Hopefully, all my opponents use shit that I know, so that I don't run into something I had never heard of. Like, you know that guy I played on stream, the guy who got all amped up when he beat me one game? The Doomsday.
D.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
D.
guy. You know, I don't know shit about that character. You know, I mean, you know, you guys saw that jumping, you know, that Shiva thing that he does? You were telling me, why don't you just dash it or something? I was like, I don't know how to do that. Whatever. It's not important. I mean, that's really the strategy I had. I was just like, I'm going to let that hit me because I don't even want to worry about it.
And then you can wake up attack.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally true. I mean, whatever. Who cares? So what about Tekken? How'd you guys do? What was the feel, vibe, repel?
You know, I lost early in my pool to Lil Negrito to second round of the tournament, so that I think really screwed me over in the tournament,
Yeah.
losing early in the pool.
Mhm.
Kyle lost first round of the pool though, and he made it all the way to top 4. So
That's
shout out
true.
to that guy.
Yeah. That's
But
fucked
yeah,
up. Really fucked
yeah.
up.
I mean, so I lost early in my pool. I ended up coming out through the loser bracket, and I beat the same guy, so that felt good. But then
Wait, who is he? Where's he from?
he's Lil Negrito. He's from the Midwest. I played him back in like 2007. He was a law player.
Okay.
So and when I played him back then, like we went down to the final round too. So he's always been like a good solid turtling guy, and he always knew law really well. So that was a hard matchup for me.
Who did you use?
He uses Steve and Elisa in this game.
Oh,
And
interesting.
honestly, it was mainly Elisa that was killing me.
Okay.
And you know, I felt like pretty stupid when I lost him because the first match I beat him 3-0, and then I think I kind of fell asleep at the wheel, you know.
Mhm.
But then what happened was like I felt kind of bad about it. I beat him loser bracket. I was like, all right, I got him. You know, that was my bad. But then so apparently he money matched Incognito and Run a Black, and he beat both of them first to 5. So I think he's better than even I expected after I beat him. So that guy's surprisingly good. And then the tournament itself, you know, it was fun for me. I lost to Bronson late in the tournament. Ended up getting 13th, but my road to 13th was really fun. I played like a bunch of guys I've never played before. I played like a guy from Japan who, you know, he wasn't like a very well-known Japanese player, I don't think. But it was still, yeah, okay. He was like an AE player or something, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was fun to play him. And then I beat JD from NorCal, and that was like a close, you know, final round.
Oh,
final
wow.
round
You
match.
beat that guy, the Heihachi player?
Yeah, Heihachi.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that was a sick match too. But I'm just saying, the whole tournament for me was really fun match-wise.
Okay, cool. Ricky?
My first match I was actually kind of nervous about was against Rick the Ruler from St. Louis. I beat him 2-0 though, and it was kind of close, but you know, I wasn't really in too much danger. And then, you know, I played all the way to winners final, and I played Knee, and that match was on stream.
Oh, wow. I didn't
But
see it.
yeah, I lost in that. I lost 2-0, but it was closer than it probably should have been for him. He didn't even play. You know, he played was it Dragunov Marduk, so
Huh.
it wasn't too bad. But you know, I ended up losing, and then I lost to Tall John in losers finals, and that
Oh,
was
wow.
that match was just crazy, just because of how like back and forth it was. Like he beat the crap out of me the first game, and then the second game he was up 2-0 on me,
Wow.
and I was like, what the hell's going on? And so I'm like, all right, hold on. Let me just win this game, and then we'll work from there. And I ended up coming back 3-0. And then the last game was just crazy crap happening, and nothing went right for me. And I lost, so,
He
you know.
told me that he was going to practice up to beat Ganryu and Bob. I don't know if he did, but when he saw that you were on the bracket, he was here at my house, and he was like, all right, I know what to do. And I told him you should practice up against, because EBM was in his bracket too at that time. So
Yeah.
I told him he should practice up against those characters too. But, all right, interesting. My pool had SP Man 725. Tekken Tim got dropped in last minute, and there was another player from NorCal. I forgot his name, and there were a couple other players in my pool. I was lucky enough to make it past winners finals, and then I played. I don't remember who I played after that. The only thing I remember is that I lost to James, Just Frame James, and that was a really. What's
You
up?
beat Majin.
Yeah, I beat Majin. I was gonna get to that. I don't remember any of my other matches though after pools, but my loss to James was significant because it was first of all it was very upsetting to me because I had a winning combo situations that I dropped. And it's interesting because the drop that I had was I did a regular bread and butter combo with Wang. I did tag assault. I brought in Dragonoff and did forward 4-4-3. And at that point, you have to run forward, and you have the option of doing a slash kick, which does more damage, or a death fist, which does less damage but is easier to do. For some reason, in both these combos, my brain decided to do the slash kick, and I didn't need to. So I dropped the slash kick. I could have just done a death fist, and that would have killed him. He did a tag crash, came back. So those were obviously, like, you know, my mistakes, and that's why it was so difficult. Like, I would have much rather have, you know, lost to just being outplayed or being fucking owned and stuff. And I really was like, damn, fuck. But, you know, it happens. Got sent to losers, and I was watching you, Rip, play against Bronson because in losers, I had to play the winner of your match with him. And before it started, I was about to take a bet. I was going to bet on you against Bronson. And, man, am I glad I didn't.
Dude, Bronson has had my number forever. Like, that's like an old thing.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that... I didn't know that at the time, but I'll tell you, man, he was on a tear. After he beat you, he sat down next to me. And, you know, after he beat me, everyone was still clapping and cheering. And I just leaned over and I told him, if you play like that the rest of the tournament, you're going to win. That's all I told him. Just play like that the rest of the tournament. And he came close to winning, man. I mean, I think Game 3 in the grand finals, I may be getting the rounds wrong, but Game 3, Round 2 was the turning point for Bronson. Up until that point, I think he was going to win. I thought he was going to win because Nee was letting him get away with down jabs. He was letting him get away with safe tags. I mean, raw tags, just no punishes at all, no crushing at all. Nee did not want to make a hard read. Like, he did not want to commit to a read against Bronson. And Bronson was just doing the kindergartner, just swinging his fists at the monkey bars, you know? So he was really hard for Nee to contain. But I think up until that point, it was a key combo he dropped, and that would have been the round. Up until that point, I think he had the tournament, and he did a great job. I asked him to be on the show today, but he was busy. But, yeah, good shit to Bronson. Excellent work. Now, this is one thing I wanted to ask you guys. So Tekken was all done in one day. How do you guys feel about that in general? How how did the whole tournament, how did it go down in terms of how it felt being one day? Rip?
Well, at first I was disappointed, obviously. I did like, though, that the top 8 was at least on the main stage. I feel like it being one day helped Bronson keep his momentum because he was definitely on fire that day. So, you know, it's an interesting, it's different. It did suck, though, because the stage for that Friday was not nearly as cool as the stage on Sunday. The stage on Sunday had, you know, those bars on the side that had the player names or the scores on top.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had any of that stuff during finals on Friday.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it was interesting because I told Kyle, or I asked him, you know, what he thought of being top 8. He's like, oh my God, it's like the most amazing thing ever.
Hey,
and,
Rip, sorry. The internet's saying your mic is too low. How did you...
Well, dude, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you clearly. No.
I don't know. I can't do much about this, right? If that's better, I don't know. Anyway, point is, yeah, and when he saw Sunday, though, when Kyle saw Sunday, then he was like, wow, we got shafted.
Oh, really? Kyle said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you know, more or less. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Ricky, what do you think?
You know, I mean, I had the same feelings at first when I was like, oh, you know, we're not on Sunday. That kind of sucks. But I think for a Tekken player, it was better for it to be on Friday just because, you know, all the players that were there for Tekken probably were like, well, you know, the tournament's going to end in, you know, 2 or 3 hours. I'm just going to stick around and watch the finals, you know. I think if it was on Sunday, there would have been a lot of more players that would have, like, you know, gone out Saturday night, saw that Tekken was at 10 a.m. on Sunday and be like, fuck that, I'm going to sleep, you know. And they might not have shown up for Sunday. And maybe because of that, with less Tekken players in the crowd, you know, the tournament might not have been as fun as it was on Friday when, you know, we all got to stick around, cheer, and, you know, everyone there that was cheering was a Tekken player. So I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would have liked it to be on Sunday, but you know, what can you do? You know, it's to me the tournament was ran really well, so
Yeah,
I can't complain about it.
I think the one thing that I wish was changed. I don't mind the whole tournament being on Friday. I understand the rules. I understand, the logic behind it. It had the lowest entrance. All that stuff I can swallow. But the one thing that I was really disappointed about was the lack of it being streamed. I thought that since they were concluding the entire tournament, in one day, I thought that they were going to give it a lot of time on the second stream. But when I found out that that wasn't the case, it was really disappointing. And last minute, Commando tried to put together a computer to do a side stream, and I saw Huber and a bunch of other people were just running around, grabbing people, and just trying to do a stream for people to watch. But unfortunately, from what I heard, the location of the where Tekken was, they were unable to get any kind of reception on the internet, and it was like a slideshow. So that's unfortunate. I mean, they got audio commentary for it, and yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? That really sucks the way that turned out. But everyone did their best to make the best of a situation that was starting to look shitty. And in the end, I feel like it wasn't that bad. It was actually really cool. The tournament was super fun. A lot of people were watching, and like they were really interested and hype. And all in all, I think this was a really great tournament, especially because of how the end was with Bronson and then him beating Nin, and it was just like really cool because Bronson's such an old guy, and he sucked for so long, and like, I mean, Bronson is one of the best players in the country, and I thought that for years, and he's never slipped up, but his tournament nerves were so shitty all these years that I genuinely thought it was over for him. Like, he's never going to succeed in another tournament. It's unfortunate that he got second. I don't know if the internet knows, but back in 2008, I think it was, or maybe 7, he got second place to Arario, and he was so pissed he threw his arcade stick off the stage and it hit Yipes in the leg. So
Is that your story now?
no, I talked to Yipes at EVO this year. We were having a cigarette, and he was talking about Bronson and how well he did, and he was like, "Man, that blah, he's got that he's got that flavor when he talks. I don't even want to try to do a Yipes impression." But he was saying how Bronson hit him in the leg that year when he threw the stick off the stage. So that only flavors the story with some extra.
Which is pretty funny because like what was it, like 2 tournaments later? That was when Yipes won Marvel, but that's when he twisted his ankle.
Broke his own leg, yeah. Man, all these EVO
That's
stories, man, it's crazy. And,
for me, like I remember Bronson the entire time on Twitter and whatever. He kept saying he's a casual player, right? And everyone knew, like, oh, dude, like to me, like I thought that was a New York excuse, just ready, just like option select. Like, well, if I lose, I'm just a casual player. But in the end, he did so well that's like, you know what? If that's the mindset that he needs to get into to do well in the tournament, then do it. I don't like the fact that it's also an option select excuse, but
I mean, who cares really what it is? The point is that I know he wants to win and he hates losing, and everyone who knows him knows that. It doesn't matter if he really was a casual player and if it wasn't to psych other people out. He wants to win, and good for him. Whatever he has to do, because I'm telling you, he was so shitty in the last few years. He was the worst fucking Tekken player ever. The people he was losing to.
Definitely.
Yeah, the last few years were bad for that guy. So this is a nice, impressive performance. Hopefully, he continues to do well, and good shit to him. The last thing before we move on to another topic I want to talk about as far as EVO. So you guys said you liked that Tekken was all one day, but what about Injustice being, how did you feel like the tournaments differed, and what did you like from each? Because Injustice was more of a traditionally EVO ran type of a tournament where pools ended, come back at this time for semis, and then top 8 come back at this time on Sunday. So what did you guys think about that? Rip?
Yeah, I mean, it's typical EVO. I think honestly that even though Injustice and MK9 got their own room and their own stream, I feel like they got kind of shafted for the main pool thing. Like being in that own room, I felt like that secondary room was just not as fun to be in.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and then for the top 8, it was kind of a letdown.
What do you
There was a lot
mean?
of hype killing in Injustice.
Why? What do you mean?
Superman laser beams. Crowd was like booing and bored. Like it was boring to watch.
Really?
The top 8 was pretty boring to watch.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, I watched it, but I didn't know the crowd was booing and all that. I wasn't aware about
They
that.
were booing during the grand finals for sure. Whenever KDZ started using lasers for zoning, they just started booing.
Huh. Well, I mean, dude, you can't
just
blame
funny.
them. Superman fucking lame, dude. It's the shittiest, lamest character. He does the same thing over and over again. I'm glad he won
Right.
EVO.
I'm
You know, I mean, and it was
saying that the
clear.
top
Go
8.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the top 8 for Injustice though was not nearly as exciting as most of the other top 8s. I felt like.
Yeah,
I
for
heard
sure.
that.
That was by far the most boring top 8.
And what do you think the reasoning was? We had a nice, diverse characters, right? I mean, what was there? 3 Supermen, 4 Supermen?
Honestly, it was kind of. I don't know if this is. I don't know where this was said or whatever, but somebody told me at Wednesday Night Fight last night that KDZ said that the reason Injustice finals were not hyped to watch was because there was too much of a skill gap in the grand finals between him and the other guy.
He may be
Dude,
right.
Yeah, that's been my theory about that game though, is because of the fact that there is no comeback mechanic in the game.
Hmm.
Is that it makes it really easy to, like, I guess like in a game like Marvel, you do have X Factor. Like if someone's like 2 levels above you, then like with X Factor, it can kind of evil the playing field. But with Injustice, if someone's 2 levels above you and they hit that one combo early on in the game, you're pretty much fucked. It's almost like you see the ending of the story before you read the last couple chapters.
Yeah,
So
Injustice is a lot like old classic style games, and I've said this since the day I started playing it. And I noticed that today because MYK came to the arcade and he really wanted to play Injustice. And not only did he want to play, he really wanted to money match me. I don't know why, but he walked in the arcade and yeah, I know. I don't know why. He was like, "I want to money match you first to 5 for $5." And I've never played him, and he plays Green, whatever the fuck his name is.
Green
Lantern. Yeah, he plays Green Lantern. And I was like, "Are you serious?" First, I was insulted. I was like, "Are you? Do you know who you're fucking with right now?" But anyway, so we did a first to 5, and I 5-0'd him, and he was like, he couldn't believe it. He was like, "This is the cheapest shit. I'm gonna email NetherRealm Studios to have this shit nerfed." He's way like back in 4 months ago and shit, and it really shows. What happened to Rickstah?
I have no idea. He sounds like he's falling over in his chair.
He passed
Come
out.
on.
He's trying to climb back up right now.
But I mean, it was interesting to me because he sounded just like all the scrubby guys did on week 1 and 2 when I was fucking him up with Deathstroke. And he's right. Rickstah's right. That skill gap really shows more in that game than any other game that's played right now. And KDZ might be right about that. The reason it was boring is because perhaps it wasn't close.
Yeah, I think that there's that. There's also the maybe character matchups and just the fact that Superman's just a really strong character. So,
Yeah. I mean, they shot themselves in the foot with that. They should have really fixed Superman in a better way so that, I mean, I think he's too good, clearly. There is no question about that. I don't think he's too good to where the game suffers in the long run. He's fine. There's been good characters before. But I think that he's too good for the game to look good if you want it to look good. If that's your goal...
Game looks boring.
Yeah, he makes the game look boring. You're going to have a lot of Superman players up in the top 8s of every tournament. So if your primary concern is the game looking cool and people wanting to watch it, you might want to do something about that
it could just end up being that this game is very matchup heavy. Because I think yesterday KDZ was at the Big 2 or whatever,
Mhm.
and he lost to a Hawk Girl player.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the hell plays Hawk Girl?
Yeah,
we all know that Hawk Girl's kind of like, she can get up to that one part of the screen that Superman can't reach.
Can't touch it.
Yeah, but that's again anecdotal. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
of
he could not know shit about that character and probably doesn't. Why would you want to know anything about that character? So it could just be player ignorance. It could be matchups. Who knows what it could be?
The game is early, man.
Yeah, the game is a little too young to look good too, especially if it's going to be the kind of game where skill level is what makes people good or, makes a match look good. It's going to take time for people to get good, so that's a bummer that the top 8 was boring to watch, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's fucked up because Bronson making top 8 and beating the Korean guy, if it was in that same spot where Injustice was, the room would have been fucking shitting their pants.
Yeah.
There would be feces all over the room, I'm telling you, an American beating
yeah.
a Korean legend like Nin, if that was in the top 8 main stage, Bronson would be carried away like a hero. He would just be. It would be. It was amazing, and
Pandemonium.
it's really a shame that that happened, and I don't want to know. I don't even want to begin to speculate. I have theories, but I don't
Share
even
your
want to.
theories, man.
I don't want to offend anybody, but I feel
It's
like
just a theory.
I feel as though the reason that Tekken didn't get the attention that it got in previous years is because it didn't get the support that it got in previous years. This is not about Namco buying their way into EVO. It's about support. And I suspect that Namco didn't have the money to support Tekken in the way that it deserved to be supported at EVO by providing anything that should be provided. I'm not an expert, but they didn't support it in the way that I think it should have been. And especially since they have their own global tournament coming up in which it is their world tournament, I think that maybe they thought that we don't want EVO to be considered the world tournament, even though it is considered to be that by many. We want our own tournament to be considered that. And that, while on the other hand, you have NRS there who's just like putting in all kinds of plot bonuses, and they have a presence. The developers were there sitting down, having conversations with me. It was super cool of them. Ed Boon was there. I met him for the first time. That was sick. All that stuff was happening for NRS. And then on the other hand, you have what's it called? Killer Instinct is there, and they have all this presence. Combo breaker every 5 seconds and shit. It was like, okay, these guys are here. In this case, Namco wasn't there. I think it's, that's basically what my theory is. I mean, that's why we didn't get the attention we deserved. And I don't know who's to blame. You can't really point fingers at Namco because, this is America. And if the game didn't sell well, they want to try and put their efforts and attention into what's going to be next. And I don't blame them. I don't know. I'm not a marketing expert, and I don't really want to dwell on this issue too long, but it's, again, a tragedy that Bronson wasn't able to perform the way he did in front of the EVO main stage on Sunday.
Right.
However, I didn't even think about this, but like you mentioned earlier, Rip, he was really fucking on fire on Friday. Maybe if, let's say, they made him wait till Sunday, maybe he wouldn't have been on fire. Maybe the fire would have been put out 2 days ago, and none of that could have happened. So you never know. It's all in the past. All I know is that EVO was a really cool tournament. I was really happy with it overall. Some things were cool, some things weren't, but in general, it was pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to next year again. I assume both of you guys completely agree with that.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. What's up?
No, it just depends on what games there are there, but I'm sure I'll go regardless.
Hey, that's a good question. What do you guys think about there being multiple games? Do you feel like would you rather, let me rephrase that question. Would you guys rather because this is what I would rather happen. They run top 8 on Sunday for 2 streams. So 2 top 8s going on simultaneously, and they run all the games at the same time. What I think what would be cool about that is every game would receive equal attention. That's what I think is the one disappointing thing about EVO this year is that. And it's the first year that has happened. Every EVO in the past, if they said this game will be at EVO, that means, hey, everyone who likes this game, play it because it's going to be at EVO, because EVO is going to be the only place where it will be treated equally from every other game. And this year, absolutely that was not the case. And that is the one big tragedy for me for EVO this year. I want them to figure a way to make it so that this is fixed. I think this is why people respect EVO so much, because they treated every game equally. So as soon as they said KOF's going to be at EVO, that means KOF is as dope as Marvel, and that's why everyone played it. Everyone dropped whatever's not at EVO, and then they play KOF because it is at EVO. So all these years, silently and slowly, EVO has become the dictator of what games we play as far as fighting game players. But the reason we do that did not happen this year. What do you think about that, Rip?
I think they just had too many games, and I don't think they have a really good way of handling that many games to be treated equally on the main stage like that. I don't think there's a good answer for that.
So you have no solution. I mean, there's no way to do it. Just cut the games.
Yeah, what I thought at first would might be better would be if they had split the finals between Saturday and Sunday. Like,
Reasonable.
but then even if they did that, it still wouldn't have the same appeal, I think.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
So I think I don't have a good solution for that.
Interesting. Interesting. Ricky.
I mean, I thought they were gonna run all the finals on Saturday and Sunday. So when I heard that they were gonna do Tekken and Persona on Friday, I was like actually really bummed at first. So I don't. I mean, there is no real good solution. I think right now is with so many games out there.
Yeah, I mean, there is a solution. I just don't think it's obvious, and I think it will take an expert, event coordinator like the guys who are running EVO to figure that out. But what I really hope, as a lifetime EVO fan, I've been going every year. What I hope is they return to that. Every game gets equal attention. Everyone in the crowd should have the opportunity to boo or cheer for every top 8 placer. And I think that was the one bitter thing about Evo this year, for me personally. And I just really genuinely hope that they solve that problem next year. It's not like it was a catastrophe. As I mentioned, Bronson, that was sick. But, I think that should be fixed.
Yeah,
Um,
on that topic actually, I remember when I first started going to EVO, I didn't really play a lot of other fighting games,
mhm.
and for whatever reason, I was like, all right, everyone's saying I should go watch these other games. Let me go watch these top eights of these games I never played, and I ended up watching like CVS2 and like Guilty Gear and stuff, and I was like, whoa, these top eights are really awesome. Like, and then I got to learn a lot about those games, which I never would have done if if they weren't on Sunday, basically.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
something that they really have to address.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the thing is, the thing that you're just reminding me of it. Okay, so Evo, you mentioned that, right? You mentioned how it got you into the other games. This is how the arcade worked way back in the day. One of the first people that I ever talked to, in terms of a friend in the arcade, was Clockwork, and he was telling me constantly about Marvel 2, and I was teaching him about Soul Calibur 2. And these are two people who are interested in the game because it's right next to theirs. It's like it's an equal. They were both on the showcase cabinets at Southern Hills Golfland. So he saw that this machine next to his is in the same exact type of cabinet, being held to the same regard as his game. It must be worthy of my attention. I myself did exactly the same thing with Marvel. I'm here for Soul Calibur 2. It's in a nice big showcase cabinet. What else is in a showcase cabinet? Marvel. It's like human nature. If it's being treated as an equal, it must be worthy of your attention. So, I mean, that's really the big thing. And it's sad that it didn't happen this year overall. I mean, it's like the only big complaint for me.
Yeah. It was actually impressive though. I did not expect the tournaments all to run so smoothly with so
Yeah,
many games.
for
I didn't
sure.
think they were going to be able to do it that well, and I think this was probably one of the best run Evos, like in terms of timeliness and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
So that was pretty surprising, and shout outs to the Evo staff for pulling that off.
Yeah, that seems like a near impossible accomplishment. And,
Yeah.
I talked to them here and there. I talked to everyone that I know and stuff. And everyone I asked, I was like, hey, how's everything going? Any big problems? And they were like, there's been problems, but overall, everything's going smooth. And that's what everyone said. So, yeah, huge shout outs to those guys. They did a great job again this year. And I'm sure they're going to have a lot of return customers because it was sick. What else can you ask for? Uh, so anyway, you guys have any other topics you want to talk about before we call people bitches?
We could talk. We can tell people about that world tournament coming up.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then let's talk about Revolution for a second. Isn't there some updates coming up, Rip?
Yeah. Okay. So the update's actually live in the Japan store already. So if you guys have a Japanese account, then you guys can already get the update for it. But basically, it adds Horang and Dragonov to the roster, so you can unlock those characters now. There's also, I think the training mode is out already in Japan. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it is out in Japan. But I heard there's like no options in it really, so it's really limited. There's just
Hmm.
wall or no wall, I think. But it is free.
Yeah.
The arcade mode in the game also has additional difficulty levels, so you can unlock more
Ooh,
money by playing it.
interesting.
So that's a good thing. They put in a reset stats thing so that say you have like all endurance because you were stupid when it came out. Now you can reset that and put it all to power
Wow,
setting.
that's sick. I like that.
Yeah, and then they also nerfed power. So I
Okay.
heard power is about, I don't know, 30% less, something like that. So I think a throw that used to be do like somebody had a 200 damage character and or 200 power character, I should say, and they throw it at 80 damage. Now it does 60 damage. So I think that's maybe a 25% reduction. I don't know. Whatever. It's a nerf on power. Other than that, they also added a store. So now there's customizations you can buy for characters. I don't know the cost. I think it's like 400 yen. So it's probably like $4 to $5.
This is
per
all only
costume.
purchasable by real money.
I think so. Yeah.
You
So
can
it's
use
like
in-game money.
correct. I think it's like the bikinis, and also like schoolgirl outfits and some other kind of outfit. And I think there's also colors you can choose between them. So that's that. I think that's it.
Hmm. Okay, well that's cool. I'm
Lots of
excited. I think I've been recently learning more and more about the free to play of like things that exist out there that are free to play. And now that I've done a little more research on the topic, I think they could have done a lot. They could have made it way more addictive than they did. I think that when you're developing a free to play game, the key should be to get them to play it every day.
Yes.
Like to really like drill that fucking point home. So whatever you gotta do to make these people play that shit every day, you gotta do that. And I think Tekken Resolute, doesn't quite do that, though it is cool. And I hope that they change it in the future and add some kind of incentives to make it, something that you want to wake up in the morning and log into to get what it gives you. Like,
Yeah.
hey, good shit, 5 days in a row. Take this fucking, Dragonhouse while running 2 can be an invincible move if you log in 10 days in a row. That kind of shit. So, whatever. We'll see how it goes. I noticed Socrates in the chat was talk about the Soul Calibur Lost Swords. They registered that
Trademark.
as a trademark. Could be a new game. It could be a cell phone game. It could be a fucking board game for all we know. But, at least it tells us that that franchise is still kicking. And we can we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, another thing I heard is Harada confirmed that Tekken Cross Street Fighter is actually coming. It is not canceled.
Okay.
They're still working on it, but it's not ready to be shown to the public because Capcom included Street Fighter Cross Tekken in some shit they're doing, and he doesn't want Tekken Cross Street Fighter to cannibalize Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So it's not even ready to be shown. So that's interesting. That's news. Something we haven't heard, a game we haven't heard from since it's been announced years ago. So that's interesting. I guess there isn't really too much to talk about except for we know it's still moving around in Harada's brain and he's going to poop it out sometime. So that's cool. Any other news? Oh, yeah, the global thing. That's what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
So Namco announced global championship with one spot available to the United States. Just so happens that it's going to be held at the only arcade machine in the United States, as far as I know, which is at Round 1 in the Puente Hills Mall in Southern California. It's off the 60 freeway, for those of you who don't know. I believe the tournament's going to be on August 17th. Is that right?
Yes.
Saturday, August
Well, no.
17th.
2-day tournament.
17th will be bracket matches. 18th will be top 16, and top 16 will be 3 out of 5. Not 2 out
Wow,
of 3.
really? I wonder why they separated it into 2 days, though. That's kind of stupid, right?
Might be a lot of people showing up, man.
Do you
Might be like
anticipate that
1,000
there will
people.
be?
It's an arcade tournament, so there's going to be no pad ports in there. You
Yeah.
gotta play on the arcade stick, so I think that's going to limit a lot of players.
So what is your guess? How many entrants?
I would be surprised
16.
if we crack 32.
Well, I think NorCal, you can guarantee Bronson and Jimmy and all the other stick players from NorCal are coming. I think you
Why would
can.
Bronson
Bronson
said-
come down here? He can't beat us.
I think Bronson said he doesn't really want to.
Yeah.
Really?
Twitter.
Well, I'm
But
sure.
I don't-
I'm
but-
sure he's coming. He's just
He'll
gonna
change
put
his-
a.
He'll change his tune.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
put a bush hat on his head and tunnel through some shit and get here, and he's gonna secret attack. I'm sure. So keep an eye out for that. Is there anything else about that tournament that I'm forgetting? How much is it? $15?
25 total.
Oh.
Yeah, $10 venue fee. You
Well-
get a bunch of other crap like
stickers and all those
card,
other prizes and stuff.
T-shirt.
Sweet. All
And the
right.
winner,
kinda-
okay, fine. The winner of the whole gets flown out to Seoul, Korea to compete in the World Tournament, which is a 16-man tournament.
Now we're talking.
And I think there's only like 2 spots for Korea, 2 spots for Japan, and then there's like every other region is getting
I can
one
tell you the
spot or whatever.
regions.
Yeah, tell me
Go
that
for
shit.
it.
1 U.S., 1 Australia, 1 New Zealand, 1 Hong Kong, 1 Indonesia, 1
Wow.
Philippines, 1 Thailand, 1 Taiwan, 2 from China, 1 from Singapore, 1 from Malaysia, 2 Korea, 2 Japan.
Boom.
So it's
Well, how many
no-
European? Any European?
None. That's because they don't have arcades.
Oh, they don't.
Oh shit.
So all of these are being, are in the arcade. So the fact that we got 1 arcade that
Wow.
is
Got
amazing.
it.
We ended up having that one arcade machine in the entire United States, and we got a spot. Man,
Yeah.
One, baby.
I gotta tell you, you know what? I know exactly who I'm calling a bitch.
What the hell?
All right.
That right
You know what? Before we call people yeah, let's call people bitches. Okay, bitch time. Rip, who's a bitch?
Ah, crap. I wasn't ready. Ricky, you go first.
Okay, Ricky, who's a bitch?
God damn it. I wasn't really ready either. You caught me off guard here.
All right, I'll call someone a
Ricky, you're
bitch.
so fast.
Okay. I'm gonna do my bitch calling. You guys think about it. I'm gonna say that Namco's a
Jimmy
Namco's a bitch. Namco's a bitch.
Namco.
Yeah, Namco's a bitch. I'm gonna
It's not a
tell.
person.
I'm gonna explain why. Okay, there were a lot of mistakes over and over. A lot of mistakes have been made by them in terms of marketing and in terms of development. I think that I don't know what exactly they did wrong, but I think that they allocated their resources in bad ways. And I think that the way they handled the arcade scene dying across, the globe was a really bad idea. The way they made Tekken Tag 2 extremely expensive and very difficult for the average arcade owner to own and obtain, that was really a bad idea. I think it's really unfortunate that there are places like, Europe and Canada and South America and all these places that should be included in a global tournament can't even be considered because there is no arcade machine there. And the reason there is no arcade machine there is because it was priced and developed in a way that made it impossible for it to reach places like that. Not only because of money, literally it's impossible. There is no connection, there's no server. It must be linked via Tekken Net. It's just the way they designed the Tekken Tag 2 arcade infrastructure is just bad from the beginning. And it's unfortunate. I wish it didn't turn out that way. I'm thinking of it from like a third person perspective. I understand that, I live very close to round 1. It's really dope for me that the global tournament's going to be, 7 miles away from where I live. But what about if I lived in, New York? There's a lot of people in New York or Texas or Florida or whatever, Atlanta, that have to spend $600 to come here for that. When in reality, they should have their own tournament there. They should have their own tournament.
They do. It's called the Filthy Cup and the Fall
No, they should have their own.
Qualifier, Rick.
See, shout outs to Jason Arney, WC Maxi, who ran all the national tournaments up to, I believe, Tekken 5. That was the right way to do it. Southern California Regional, Northern California Regional, Midwest, Southeast, Northeast, Northwest. Boom, we have top 4 from each of those. That
Now
creates
all you guys get together.
a 32-man tournament, which happens somewhere, Las Vegas, fucking whatever, wherever. Then, first place from that is our American champion. That would be very easily doable if they didn't create this crazy weird Tekken Net, connectivity issue and all this stuff. It's just like, come on, what is this? We just want to play your game, and it's unfortunate that South America and all these other weird countries that we don't even think have a Tekken scene, but really fucking do, cannot participate in a tournament that's called a global tournament. It's just bummer, So that's my bitch calling. It's not really a malicious, fuck you bitch calling. It's more like, everyone makes mistakes, Namco. You fucked this one up. I still like you. Just make sure the next ones are really good. Well done. Learn from your mistakes. No more Snoop Dogg. No more $25,000 Comic-Con tournaments for a game that hasn't been released yet. No more of that. Let's do only good decisions. Anyway, that's my bitch calling for today. Rickstah, go ahead.
Wait, one more thing. Sorry, just
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you
go
jump.
ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You brought up Namco and the arcade thing. Why, oh why, were the console exclusive characters never released on arcade?
He talked about that at Comic-Con. I heard in a panel today. AAK put a fucking post on my website on avoidingthepuddle.com
What
saying
did he say?
he said that the characters from console will not be released on arcade because they don't have the funds to allocate to that. They can't afford it. It's not worth it for them. It would cost too much. Basically.
Okay.
I mean, basically that's what it is. Look at what happened at EVO. No presents. It would cost too much. I mean, dude, it's fucked up, but that's the way it is. They have at this point, it seems like they're moving on. Let's.
No, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
that's.
I'm just curious as to why that never happened. I thought when the console characters were announced, I'm like, okay, they'll hit arcades in 3 months because we didn't get our Tekken Tag 2 machine until console was released, basically.
Yeah.
And so then it was like, why go to the arcade when our console version has more characters than the arcade version?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really a bootlegged operation. I suspect that they anticipated the arcade machines and Tekken Tag 2 just in general in the arcade would be more successful. And I think they thought that the console version would be more successful. Obviously, we have confirmation of that. And when it was not more successful, the 3 months down the line budget was not there. So I think they were thinking this shit's gonna be dope, and we're gonna be able to put the characters in the arcade version, no problemo. But then when they saw the result, they were like, oh well, I guess Snoop Dogg isn't as cool as we thought he was, and we can't really afford it. Snoop Dogg is gonna have to let us borrow money to put the characters in the arcade. So that's what I suspect happened. Really, I don't know for sure. I have no connection in terms of knowing anything like that. That's just all speculation. Anyway, Ricky, who's a bitch?
The real life stream monsters at EVO.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
No, it's not. I'm not saying people like that actually came up to me because most of them were normal people. Like I got to meet Project Runaway.
Yeah.
Who I thought was gonna be a big white dude, and he turned out to be just a normal Asian kid.
I thought he would be black.
Then I met Violet Chalon, who I thought was gonna be just a skinny white kid, and he turned out to be black.
I thought he would be black.
No, but it's not those guys. It's the ones that were booing, like Markman and Rich. I mean, they have their own reasons to boo, but it's a mob mentality they have, and also because to me, I was glad that Tekken was not where Injustice was or where Killer Instinct was, because everyone knew right then Marvel's next. And so now they're just antsy, and they just want to boo whatever's delaying Marvel.
Yeah.
So when Killer Instinct was out there, no one was getting hype, and you felt that vibe from everybody, like, oh, this game, boo. I want to boo this. Get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they're showing you. They could have shown anything, and they would have been like, "Fuck you, give me Marvel," So.
Yeah, so I was like, I felt so bad for those guys, even though I don't, I'm not a big supporter of the Xbox One and whatever, but it's like, damn, they came here, they're showing, you what they're, they obviously want to be a part of the fighting game community, and we just want to know when's Marvel. It's like, come on, guys, like, I felt bad for anyone that was there that was like, a developer or something.
Okay, I agree with you, but my argument to that would be, if you are the developer of a game, and you are bringing said game to Evolution, you should understand that your demographic is like a sea of assholes. So it is the responsibility. Okay, it's like, I'm putting on a show, right? My show needs to cater to my demographic.
Yeah.
So I think even though it is fucked up of the crowd to boo Markman and Filthy Rich, I think that's terrible. But what should be done is think about why. These are human beings in the crowd. They are capable of saying yay. Why didn't they say yay? It's not like you don't blame the crowd. Do not blame the consumer. Even if they are a hive mind mentality, they are still humans. And you are capable of producing something for them to say yay, not boo. So that's my defense. If people don't want to get booed, make shit that makes you want to say yay. You know, even Rip said that, you know, when they started booing, I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming, but you know, I kind of saw that coming. It makes sense. So you don't got to be a scientist to figure it out. So if you want to be a scientist, put some of the effort into figuring out what to put on the stage that will make people say yay. That's really what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but it was just one of those things where I feel like at that point they were gonna boo anything.
Yeah,
that had to
I
go
agree.
Marvel. So, you know, it seemed like that was like a death spot for anybody.
You know, maybe it's the responsibility of the tournament organizers. Maybe they should not have put something like Killer Instinct right before Marvel, knowing that people are going to be fucking biting each other's scalps off trying to watch Marvel. Yeah, they just wanted it so bad that you can't tell them shit before Marvel, you know? So maybe they should have known that. You know what I mean?
Oh, one more.
Go ahead,
One more.
go ahead.
Whoever made up that Akuma Air Fireball chant,
Yeah.
because that should have been my idea. That's something I would totally have done, and I.
Yeah, you always do shit like that, but you blew it this time, and now.
Damn it, dude! I was so mad too because it was so smart. It was so good.
Yeah, I bet you it was one of those Violet Chowlan or one of those guys, you know.
Probably BL.
That wasn't BL. BL's not smart enough to do that.
No, he's the smartest. He's about as smart as he is handsome. Anyway, I think I heard Charles laugh at that one in the other room. That's funny. Anyway, Rip, who's a bitch? Oh yeah, do you have anything to comment on as far as the stream monsters thing?
Who, me?
Yeah, did you have any? Who, me? Did you have any good stream monster experiences or bad?
Oh man, there was a lot of guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, there's nothing more, man. I love everyone.
You're so bad at dealing with them, dude. You don't understand how to do it. They're scared of you. That's what it is.
I love you.
Damn. They're scared of all of us. You have to treat them because you know we're scared of them, right? But they're more scared of us.
I'm not scared of them.
You're scared of them. Trust me.
No, dude.
What,
Okay,
they're
no,
like
let me
grizzly
give you
bears in the
let me
wild. Like they're more
give you
scared of
one
us.
example of something that happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So we got in pretty late Friday or Thursday night before the tournament. I slept like 3 hours before Tekken. So, you know, I get out of my pool and lose. I'm like, all right, sick. I got like a couple hours to rest up. I didn't want to go up to the room yet. So I'm like, all right, you know what? There's a spot down there on the wall. I'm just going to go chill down there and take a little nap, you know? So I go sit down there. I pull my hoodie over and I got my sunglasses on. And then some guy walks by and he's like, yo, damn. You know, and he like runs over and jumps down and sits next to me and just starts talking to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, this guy, you know, he's a fan, whatever. And he was actually a Virtua Fighter fan, surprisingly enough.
That is shocking. Go on.
And so anyway, you know, it was cool. I was nice to him, whatever. And then, but I really wanted to just take a nap. You know, like I mean, I know I'm on the EVO floor and it's not the place to nap, but dude, like I was in the corner, I had a hoodie on and glasses, and I was looking down. Like, come on. Anyway, point is, like he keeps on talking to me, and like finally I gave up. I'm like, you know what, dude, I've been really nice to this guy. I just need to like leave and go to my room and sleep now. So I started walking away. I'm like, you know, man, I'm sorry, but I think I gotta go check my pool or something. You know? And then he's like, all right, man. Like, I'm gonna come watch you play then. You know? Like,
Oh, called your bluff? Now you gotta lose him?
so then he had to juice.
Allen Iverson cross.
Yeah.
So, you know, I ended up, I did double check my pool, found out what time it was, whatever, and then I ended up bouncing to my room, actually. But, I mean, yeah, just little things like that, you know, man, like, come on. I just want to take a nap.
You're Hollywood, dude. Hollywood Rip.
I suppose.
The worst
But
is,
anyway,
you know.
and the other thing is, and
I
that's
thought-
the same guy. That's the same guy who came up to me and was like, you know, man, you're actually pretty nice. I thought you were going to be a dick.
That's too good, because you are a dick.
I'm not.
Unbelievable.
Dude, come on.
Well, what's the guy's name? At least give him a shout out.
Dude, I don't remember people's names.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, guy, you left an impression, that's for sure. Yeah,
We'll play you on BF next time, guy.
I had a lot of cool Stream Monster guys coming up. You know, it was pretty cool. I think you just got to treat them with, like, you know, cool, man, whatever. Whatever you got to say is cool to me, man. Because sometimes they tell you some weird shit. Like, they start telling you about stuff, and I'm like, listen, man, I'm not a doctor, dude. You know, I don't know what you should do about that rash. You know, I'm sorry, man, but you know, it happens, and you know, just gotta roll with it, man. They're cool, whatever. Shout outs to everybody I met. I had a good time. I shook a lot of hands. I didn't get sick, no Ebola this year. That's a fucking miracle. So I'm super happy about that. So yeah, Rip, stream monsters are a bitch, huh?
What? No.
Who
I
said
love
that?
them all. I love them all. Rickstah said that.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
who's
a real life stream monster.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, same
Yeah.
difference, I guess. The
Yeah.
the real life stream monsters. I thought you guys were very pleasant, but Rickstah thinks you guys are bitches. Probably because you said that he's short. Anyway.
A lot of them didn't recognize. Oh, actually, that was the fun part too. When like somebody would come up to me and be like, "Yo, is that Rickstah?" Like, that was the fun part.
To you?
No, I'm like, no. After while they're talking,
Oh.
like, Ricky stand next to me. You know, they see him after a while.
Dude, I heard there was a guy walking around in the EVO ballroom that looked exactly like me. And I was thinking, that's sick. I can, like, send him out as a decoy. And, you know, he could just be like, oh, there's what's up. And he could just be like, yeah, whatever, amigo. And then, like, it would totally work, you know? But, anyway, Rip, who's a bitch?
All right, I got two.
Ooh, two bitches? That's cheating, but
Well,
go
'cause
ahead.
I didn't have one, but you gave me so much time to think.
Okay, okay.
So first of all, just going off what you guys just mentioned, whoever edited the Killer Instinct teaser trailer thing, that guy's a bitch.
Why?
Because that had to be like the worst editing for something you're putting on the EVO stage before Marvel. Like, dude, it was like a little combo video where he finished a combo and then he's just standing there, waiting for the opponent to stand back up. He's like, oh, is he standing up? Okay, I'm doing another combo now. Like, he was like, what? Like, that's not editing, dude. Like, that's not even anything. Like,
Yeah.
the freaking Microsoft logos were as long as the whole combo video section, I felt like. It was retarded. You know, so, I mean, that was just a terrible execution on the presentation for that Killer Instinct world debut. And the other thing about that, it was a world debut for Glacius, who was playable all weekend long. Anyone could have taken a cell phone, recorded it, and put it online. World debut, here's Glacius. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that whole idea was just not really well thought out, I think.
You know, I have a comment to make on that. As a viewer, because I watched that via stream. I did not watch that live. And as a viewer, not knowing anything about Killer Instinct, I didn't play the game while I was there. When I watched it, I was like, huh, okay, but they're going to show me something now. And then when the axe, you know, Tony Hawk's axe got stuck on the wall, I was like, okay, this is the reveal. They're going to show Tony Hawk right now. But they didn't show it. It just ended, and I was like,
him Tony Hawk.
either way, Chief Tony Hawk was, you know, I thought they were going to show him. That's the reveal. But we didn't get any reveal. So I myself, as a viewer, was disappointed as well. I was like, okay, they showed Glacius all week. I've seen this before. Now here comes the thing, and it didn't come. So I agree with you. Anyway, go on.
Okay, and then the other guy I'm going to call a bitch, because USMC Ogre in the chat room asked for me to call a singular human person a bitch, is going to be Tekken Tim. It's got to be Tekken Tim. Because he was driving me crazy during that Mad Catz, we had a 5-on-5 for Dojo Sports, right? And so, like, you know, he's been involved in this Dojo Sports thing, talking about how he talks to Jason Cole, whatever, and he's involved in it, yada, yada, yada. So now, like, Jason Cole comes up, he's like, all right, we're going to run an exhibition. It's going to be Southwest versus Northwest, right? So we make a team SoCal. We make a team Northwest, right? And we have our 5-man teams. Everything's good to go. And then Tekken Tim walks up, and he's like, hey, by the way, we got a team. It's me, DJ Core, String Bean, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, that's SoCal, Texas, Vegas? Like, what the hell region is that? That doesn't rep Dojo Sports, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, and so I'm like, all right, dude, you know what? Go talk to Jason Cole, because he told us it's Northwest versus Southwest, whatever. Of course, he talks to Cole, and Cole's like, we're trying to do Northwest versus Southwest, so no. You know, and so of course it was dumb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, the next day, like that all happens, we play North, Southwest, whatever, Southwest wins. Next day comes, I'm in the room with the Koreans or something, and Tim comes up to me, he says something like, he says, just FYI, I'm no longer involved in anything with Dojo Sports. I'm like, okay,
What?
cool, whatever. That's what he says to me, right? So I'm like, all right, man, well, neither am I really, you know, I might make a team, but, you know, that's where I'm at with that. And then he's like, okay, whatever, yeah, just to let you know, I'm not, like, involved in anything, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So then he randomly starts talking about something about it, and I talk about, like, I just don't understand how why there would be two teams. Like, if I make a team with me, Incognito, Kyle, Just Frame James, Eris, Rickstah, MYK, whatever, who's gonna put up a team against that? Who's gonna pay the $150 to play against that team?
Yeah.
And then he's like, he was saying that he would put up a team. I was like, why would you put up a team against that? You guys are just gonna lose, like
Mhm.
that's not gonna happen. And he's all like, well, it really should be 3-on-3.
What?
I'm gonna talk to Jason Cole about that. And I'm like, you just said you weren't involved in dojo sports like 2 seconds ago. What? So anyway, that's it. Done.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna
Yes.
just go ahead and not have anything to say about it. Ricky, go ahead. If you have anything to comment on that.
I did commentary for that. Oh, that's okay. No, no. Let me get one more bitch call.
Sure, go ahead. Whatever.
EBM, you're a bitch because you made me stay so long on Friday night commentating that 5-on-5 when it could have been done, and you kept beating everybody.
Yeah, I was already on the strip, dude. During that, I was already outside, like loving Vegas, dude.
No
So
one could beat him. No one could beat Kenji. No one could beat Zest.
who
It
the
was
hell is Kenji?
one of the
Lilish.
Japanese. Yeah, Japanese.
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, that guy was pretty solid.
Run It Black. That was the first time in my life I've ever cheered for Run It Black.
Yeah, it
Because
doesn't feel good. I
He
know.
had to win. He had to beat EBM for me to stop commentating. And they didn't even get a shirt for it. What the hell? Should have got a shirt.
What shirt did you want?
Oh, any shirt.
Oh, do you want the Mac shirt because the SoCal team won? I see.
Yeah, sure. I'll take anything.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, today, right now, is the Mad Cats Unveiled, I think it's called, event in Comic-Con. And I think they must have a stream going on for it. I know they're going to have Killer Instinct on an IMAX screen or something. And they're
Cool.
probably streaming all that. So check that out after this.
Good shit, definitely. Oh yeah, and just if you have anything to plug, Rip, what's going on in the next few days? You got anything coming out? Hey, by the way, that tag crash shit is not true. I tested it.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally not true. Okay, so
Tag crash.
do I have your permission to tell the internet?
Go ahead,
Okay,
go ahead.
so internet, yesterday at Wednesday Night Fights, a few people were mumbling and bumbling about how you can neutral guard a tag crash and make it -12, which makes it punishable, and that means near the wall, hypothetically, certain characters can wall splat if they block it, like Bruce, Lars, whatever, Bob. So I tested it myself, and the setup I used was with Dragunov. I just did a wall splat. I did back 1+2 for bound, and then I did back 4-2, which spikes to the ground. There's no tag assault or anything. If they tag crash there, you're right up against the wall, and if you neutral guard, you don't get even a jab for free. So there could be something there. It could exist for some circumstances, but in that setup that I did it in, it didn't work. I haven't tested. I fell asleep last night with the controller in my hand testing that. So I haven't tested it further, but I did test it in that one instance, and it definitely does not do what you guys thought it does. That doesn't mean that's not in the game. Have you gotten to test it at all?
I've not even slept much today. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that, but I just thought I'd mention it.
But yeah, I'll be at Comic-Con this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to film the Namco panel tomorrow.
Cool.
Hopefully they say something interesting. Other than that, I don't think much else is going on at Comic-Con, and then that's it. Yeah.
You're gonna put that on your YouTube channel,
Yeah, I assume so.
which is.
Which is youtube.com/levelupyourgame.
All right, you heard about that. I'm definitely gonna watch that. Is there anything that they're gonna unveil at Comic-Con that hasn't been unveiled yet in terms of Tekken or fighting games, or is that?
Well, tomorrow during the panel, for Tekken Revolution, they had a poll to see which characters people
Oh,
want to see in
okay.
the game, like a
Mhm.
brand new character.
Yeah.
And I think tomorrow they're supposed to either announce the 3 final characters that they're going to choose between, or they're going to announce which of those 3 characters they've chosen. So something about Tekken Revolution will be announced tomorrow at Comic-Con.
Sounds cool. I'm sure
About a new character.
you're gonna be covering that, so we'll figure that out via your Twitter, I hope, or whatever the hell you decide to do. That's cool. Rickstah, anything you'd like to plug or mention?
I got a PC again, so I might be streaming again soon.
Oh,
Don't know
good
when,
shit.
but I got that. Other than that, follow me on Twitter.
You definitely should, man. Get it together, dude. You really should. Let's see. Oh yeah. I mean, I got a subscribe button now. Rip hasn't taught me how to do badges
too.
yet. Yeah, both of us have subscribe buttons. So if you're interested, it really makes streaming something that is a lot more reasonable to ask if in terms of 8 hours of streams or 6 hour long streams. You know, it really means a lot for you guys who subscribe. I see some stars in there right now. Like I mentioned, Rip and I both got a button now, so if you want to support either of us, make sure you click on that. I also still have the PayPal subscription available because to me it's exactly the same. The only difference is for the people who subscribe through Twitch, you get access to the badge, which at this point is a black star, and you get access to the smiley cat faces, which I haven't figured out how to do yet. So as soon as Rip figures out how to do that, he's going to teach me how to do it, and then I'm going to have smiley faces and new badges. So big thanks to those guys, and you know, thanks to those who have supported and all that shit. I'm pretty sure that's about it. You guys have anything else to talk about?